Hey there, my Staley crew. This is Andrew Staley here, and today we're taking a look at another new boss zombie video. Last time we talked about the Orgins Panzer, the Panzer Soldat on Origins, and today we're going to be talking about him again. This time we're going to compare him to the Margwa on Shadows of Evil, from my experience at least. So yeah. Let's go ahead and get this started. Before we get started, the Panzer Soldat made its first introduction on Black Ops 2 Origins, as well as the Chronicles version, but it also made a return on Draka and Revelations. But we are only talking about the Origins one and not the Drak one. So yeah, the Panzer Soldat. The only way this dude spawns into the map ever is once you open the door to No Man's Land. The first Panzer Soldat round will be on round 8. And then the first Panzer Soldat you kill will grant you one of the parts for the Fire Staff. On solo, you're only going to have to deal with one Panzer every 4 to 5 rounds. But if you have 2, 3, or 4 players, it's every 3rd round, and you get a couple of these bad boys spawning in. He's going to basically have like a flamethrower, which kind of messes with your vision. Like, if you know what you're doing and you're constantly moving, not staying in the same spot all the time, that's nothing to worry about. The claw, on the other hand, only way you get out of that is by shooting the light on his hand, and he should let go of you. Most powerful attack is melee attack, which will 2-hit down you with Jug. Again, I recommend going for one of the staffs fully upgraded, or in order to, especially on the Black Ops 3 version of Origins, I primarily recommend going for the Boomhilda Pact, the staffs, and the Mark II. Those are going to be your best bets at killing him. Because if you do not have any good guns, he's going to be this version's going to be a lot harder to kill at first. The first one, that is if you're running with an MP40 or other SMGs. But if you do something like me, for example, have shopping freeze, perkaholics, soda fountains, extra credits, and you open up the entire map on round 1, get the ice staff upgraded, Boomhilda packed early, and your G strikes, shoot a couple shots of the Boomhilda, the Panzer's going to be a lot easier to take out. Again, it really all depends on what gobblegums you have, and if you know what you're doing, it's going to be a lot easier to kill once you get fully set up. And let me just demonstrate. Yep, just like that. So, the Margwa, on the other hand, as for this dude, he made his first introduction on Shadows of Evil, but then made a return on Revelations. However, we are only talking about the regular Margwa. This dude will actually spawn in every now and then, and also when you do one of the rituals map. Every 2 rituals, you get a Margwa. So yeah. Basically, the first Margwa you deal with isn't really too bad. Really, once you, like, with some decent guns and some perks, it ain't a big deal. Honestly, I found him a lot harder to kill on the 20s and 30s, because every time you shoot like a part of one of his heads off, he's going to start having one of the boat flies come after you and start running at you. And believe me, that is one of the most annoying parts about dealing with this dude. The hardest part is he shakes your screen the more you hurt him. Especially if you're going up to round 50, man. that's going to be a lot harder to deal with, because his heads are going to get a lot stronger as the waves progress. I've taken a lot of downs from the Margwa a couple times before on Shadows. And I'm not a huge fan of him. However, the first Margwa you kill will grant you one of the parts for the Popkin Servant, which is awesome. And at the same time, it's the first couple rounds isn't really too bad, with some decent guns and you kind of know what you're doing. But once you really get into the 20s and 30s, even if you use the Popkin Servant, even with a really good setup, his heads are going to get a lot stronger. And the fact you have to deal with 3 heads, it may not be that bad at first when you start playing, but believe me, once you get to the 20s and 30s, he's going to get a lot. And the 40s and 50s, man, proves how difficult the Margwa is once you really start getting up there. Because not only that you have all the sprinter zombies at you, but you also have the screen shaking that you have to deal with. Believe me, it's not that fun. But he basically has 2 attacks. The basic hit attack is basically the same thing as a normal zombie, but his most powerful attack is a slam attack. If you do not have Jug, it will instantly down you. But similar to the Panzer Soldat, if you do have Jug, it's going to be 2 slams. 2 slam down with Jug. So, again, both, you really got to be careful. Especially considering how aggressive the Margwa can be past the 20s and 30s. And this is... So, again, and let me demonstrate what I mean. Yeah, that tells you how hard the Margwa can be once you really start getting up there. And honestly, I just stopped at round 55 after that, because I don't feel like dealing with this dude on the 60s or 70s. But in conclusion, if I had to choose which one I would rather deal with, I would say the Orgins Panzer Soldat. Mainly because once you do actually get fully set up with the staffs, the Mark II and the Boomhilda, he's going to get a lot easier to take out. So, if I had to choose which one's more difficult, I would say the Margwa. And the only reason is because of the 3. Which one is a lot more difficult to kill on high rounds? I would have to say the Margwa. And the reason is because on Shadows, you just have the Popkin Servant and little Arnie's. Ray gun isn't really going to do much, so you're going to have to come up with other ways to actually kill this dude, and there are a lot of really good guns like the Dingo, which in my opinion is my all-time favorite LMG, and even still takes some ammo to actually kill this dude. And even on round 50, the Margwa, man, huge bastard to deal with. It's a bitch to deal with on high rounds. So, yeah, But with the Origins Panzer, it can be extremely difficult at first on round 8 if you do not have the staffs, the Mark II, or the boom held up right now. Once he gets set up, he's a lot easier to kill. So yeah, in conclusion, I would choose the Origins Panzer over the Margwa any day of the week. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below and tell me what I should do for the next video. Also, if you're new, let me know who you prefer, either the Panzer or the Margwa. Just let me know in the comments section. Also, if you're new, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell icon so that way you won't miss any future videos from me, Andrew Staley. Anyway, this is Andrew Staley signing off. Until next time, I'll see you later, my Staley crew. Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.